Hey, welcome. If you have practiced a lot of two-point perspective, then you're ready for a challenge, and this is when I highly recommend a spiral staircase. How do you do with two-point perspective? We're used to doing these different blocked type grids. Oftentimes we do city type scapes, but how do you do things with curves? I've shown you that archway in that video, but how can you do a spiral staircase? So let me show you a picture that I think is going to be helpful. Here we go. Spiral staircase. This is the key. How do you break this code? Think about medieval staircases where each section is kind of like a keyhole. And if you do cylinders like this in different sections within your glass box and just do a slice at a time, you can spiral this staircase going up. There's a lot of overlap, so this is definitely an advanced technique where you've got to have your basics done, especially the archway. Take a look at the archway video if you haven't already, if you haven't done that before. But once you've done the archway, you know how to cross your corners to find the middle, then you can just take it a slice at a time. So I'm going to show you an example, but here at the very start, that's how you do it. Keyholes, one step at a time for a spiral staircase. Okay, so first do your glass box. Notice how I've got these sides going to this vanishing point and these sides going to this vanishing point. It's going to be glass because we're going to open it up and do different levels. We next open it up, going from the bottom corners to the opposite vanishing points. This gives us that back bottom corner, and that makes it look like it's glass. Across the corners to find the midpoint, I'm just taking my ruler and going corner to corner. This looks like the archway video. Next, go through those crossed corners. I'm using the vanishing point, going through the X that I made on the ground. This will tell me where that circle is going to touch. Again, if I've got a square here and I cross the corners and then use the vanishing points to go through, that tells me where the circle is. Because the circle within a square is going to touch those 4 points. I'm going to draw my circle now, and then I'm going to start with some different levels. Here's my circle. You can see the two archways, one here and one here. They're just flat on their sides. Next, I'm going to start off with that next level. I'm going to just choose a section on the side, line up my ruler to that left vanishing point, and then I'm going to simply follow my ruler around here, where this line is going to continue on the side. This gives me the outer perimeter, and here again, this is where it starts to get confusing with levels, because I'm getting a lot of lines here. So just take your time. Honestly, this sometimes can make a brain hurt, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I mean, how fun is it to be able to do a spiral staircase? So I'm going to do another circle here by crossing the corners, going through the middle, and then I'll start to tell you what one of those keyhole-like shapes means. And by keyhole, what I mean is this old cartoon-like shape. And this is also what I mean by that medieval staircase chunk. It's going to kind of look like this if I could do a 3D section. Okay, so I'll pause it, I'll go for that, I'll be right back. Okay, now I've got two of those circles. So if I were to do lines on the side, you can see how this starts to become a cylinder, and I could even shade it that way. It could look like a wheel on the side if you want to go for something like that. But we want to do a spiral staircase, so what do you go where do you do from here? I'm finding my middle, that middle section, and I'm going to look for two pieces of this pie, or this keyhole-like shape. If I go from the middle down over here, I can see that same shape up here. I'm going to connect them with verticals, and this with a vertical. Now I'm going to do that same kind of shading that I had in that first picture, so you can see this is the side right here or right here of that first step. Maybe I'll shade in another direction so you can see the top. From this angle, I can't see the side, this side over here or this side over here. I can just see the end. That's okay. When I do the next section, I'll be able to show you another piece. It's going to start off right here, and it's going to go up from there. But where's this curve? I have to find that by doing another level, and this is where you just take it in stages, bit by bit. So I'll bring back to the main picture. This is what I was going for. Now you can recognize where each of those keys are. Each of these circles, it takes a lot of setup, but oh, it's worth it.